The episode that people are going to see on Monday night is a female boxing episode, and all of the female boxers we had, these chicks were tough as nails, and I was wise enough to stand back, and I would never have the temerity to try to instruct any of these women on how to box.
Was it originally in the script that Matt would end up in the ring fighting one of them, and you saw what they were like?
Thankfully, no. Everybody knew enough not to make that mistake. I think I as a man, Jason Priestley, have suffered enough head trauma in my life, and I think that they all knew that another traumatic brain injury for me might be the end of it. So they knew enough not to get me in the ring with any of these tough ladies.
I mean, what have you been doing, Jason, for all these years?
What have I been doing?
Yeah,
I grew up playing hockey and rugby, and I was a professional race car driver for 11 years. Like I've taken a few wallops to the head, and I have 2 little kids. I still get hit in the head all the time.
You know, he comes to this ultra male environment, and then leaves that world behind. But he genuinely wants to learn though. He's interested in adapting because. Yeah. Not everyone is necessarily when they kind of think that's basically the way life is, and that's the end of it.
That's true, yes. But I think that that's one of the things that I enjoyed about the books and about the character that the writer Garrett Joyce created created when he wrote Matt Shade in the books that we developed the show from. Was that, Matt Shade was this guy who, when you looked at his exterior, he seemed sort of like this, this gruff sort of throwback, sort of caveman-y kind of guy. But on the inside, he was much more evolved and much more cerebral, and emotionally was a guy who was much more at odds with who he was and who he was trying to be. And I think that was one of the things that I really responded to when I read the books.
But he is a work in progress, particularly
absolutely
the second stage of your life as well. Like you say, like you're a professional sports person. Can not often know what to do next because they're so focused for such a long time.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common place for a lot of athletes when they move out of their chosen field. I think that's a pretty common place for a lot of them to get to.
I mean, do you ever consider like what if you were to diverge from acting, if you were going to pick up another career, like you sort of look at Matt's life, has there ever been a career you thought, I wouldn't mind giving that a go. Like I quite enjoy to do this.
There's nothing else I'm really qualified to do. I mean, this is I sort of set it up so that this was the only path for me to follow. I went to theater school, and it's not like I majored in acting with and minored in engineering or architecture. I majored in theater, and that was it. So this is sort of what this was the course that I chose, and I'm sort of stuck here.
What a great place to be stuck, though, right?
Well, yeah, luckily for me, it worked out pretty well.